Welcome everyone, it's Vapor Trigomar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to be continuing up the incredibly perilous tower. Last time we beat the evil Magma Dragon in the other game, and I also beat Griffin on this and in this episode we're going to be moving on. Perfect. That's how we wanted it, by the way. Exactly how we wanted that. Near enough one shot. As we want to get up that tower. Perfect. One shot those, there we go. Next floor. That one shot. Get that move there. Get that feather barrage. Keep going up. Then I go after the Alanaril. Acid rain over the top. Rotate around. Get him. There we go. Did not take a turn. Let's keep it up. Keep up the pressure. Yeah, that decreased defense really did a number on him. Gotta come after this man-eater. We're gonna continue to come after the man-eater. As they don't want the man-eater to do anything. Cleopterix is still involved. Perfect. Next floor. Just want to get to the boss. Perfect. We're making a nice, smooth way to the boss here. With our fully booked Deacon. One-shotting a Drexthar with my Rousing Scarhide. Yeah, we should be able to get there relatively comfortably. Compress that turn meter. Get that feather barrage. Perfect. Did we get to the secret? No, we have to do another room before we get to the secret room. There we go. I swear, I really want to get as much of this secret room stuff done as possible. So that one day I can get Akoth. Because it still annoys me to this day that I do not have Akoth the Seared. And that's a fact. Nearing second secret room. Okay, yeah, I can do it. It's Force Champs only. Interesting. Yep, we can do that. Some of these other champs need upgrades, but we can do it with this squad. Perfect. Get that. Oh, man. Are you serious? Come on. Get rid of that Sachi. My Vizier is in trouble. Alright. Go with that. Crumbling Blast that. Perfect. I might need Gnarlhorn developed, but we'll see. Hopefully not. Like, I may need to, like, get the gear on him. Like, I have him developed at 60, but I don't think I have him geared. Which could be a minor problem. Yano. Okay, good. We managed to nuke him down before he caused any issues. Yeah, let's get to floor 20 ASAP. Oh no, I hate Blood Gorged. Hopefully they don't have much resistance, so we can just get them out of the way. So we don't want any of these suckers to take a turn. Just get them out of here. Just breeze past them, compress their turn meters. One shot them, make them have a miserable time. In general. Alright, we're going to keep going. I still want to complete this ACOTH. I want this account to be the first one to get ACOTH, if I can. Another thing is I need more HP nukers or HP damage dealers because I don't have any. Some of these rotations. And you kind of need them. Yana. He always looks out of place, that guy with the flag. He always looks out of place, Grinner. Good. Mashald, man. I've always wanted Mashald. How much longer do I have to wait? Or the game gives me a Mashald, man. Or a Norog. Or any of that. Hell. Even like a Geomancer or something. I mean, I know Mordecai was one, but why not Geomancer? Or Trunda. There's a whole list of them. At least I'll eventually get ACOTH so I can make a massive burn team. Like one healer and a bunch of burns. I'm thinking to get my Mordecai have like better gear on him. Alright, we made it to the Magma Dragon. I don't... First I need to check what gear he's dressed in. This Gnarlhorn before we proceed. So I've got a bad feeling. Yep. Stun. I like the look of that. Chance to place a stun. I want that. Anyway, I'll put the other guys in, but I'm thinking a stun set would actually be marvelous for this guy. Because I want to find a better set of gear for him. Okay, so... Man, we're so close to gold, but things are getting... They're getting rough. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. Because we're only 100 points off. Wait, no, 1,000. Wait. Is that right? A little over 100? Like, we're not far. But I've got to choose my battles carefully, I think. That's going to give me the advantage. That gives them the advantage. I think I need to get better at choosing which fights I take. So I think this might have been a bad fight to take. In general, because of the amount of healing they had. But I should have expected it. Just gonna let them finish it. That's the problem. It's just at this level, I don't exactly know what teams I can use to get past it easily. This is obviously going to be like some kind of trap. Let's see how it goes. I assumed he'd be quicker. I assumed that. That's why I went into Vogoth. Because the one cheese strategy versus Skull Crown is Vogoth. Vogoth is so cheese versus Skull Crown. That's why I always put him in there whenever there's a Skull Crown. Because that gets me closer to is if I can choose my battles wise enough, I can get into gold. And I can think my strategy through. But I have to win enough matches. At least the defense is getting challenged much, so that could, if I just play my cards right, play it slow, play it steady. Shot of getting into gold if I play my cards right. Patient, though, try overextend into teams I don't know how to beat. All right, let's beat it. All right, first things first. We're going to put Vogoth in here. Him for the waves. We want to show provoke team. Gotta remember who the damage dealer was. So no. I mean, we could use poisons. I think in the end I did use Cold Heart, so I'm going to show both poisons and Cold Heart. I'm going to start with the strategy that a lot of people use with poisons. I'm going to start with poisons. Now, I am trying to think about what strategy do I want to use to beat Arena this time. So, we're at, I guess, only another 100 points necessary to get into gold. So, if I just play my cards right and patient, I think we'll be able to get into gold. I've got a feeling. I've just got a feeling that I'll be able to get into gold. Because that will allow me to at least secure that, and then we will work on the other stuff. So the key here is to get the provoke. If I can. Problem is, Magma Dragon doesn't seem to be... Nothing seems to be landing. There, we got the provoke. You want the provoke, by the way, just FYI. You want the provoke to land. It's one way of doing it. And then from there, we can do the cold heart method. Now, the cold heart method is best done with a number of provokers, so that if one provoke fails, the other provoke takes its place. So that, in general, I'll just try it with maybe the other provokers. The provokers we've got. Although HP Boots does seem like a good fit for Gnarlhorn, all things considered. Because yes, you want him really tanky. So yeah, the second way is max health damage. Since we're not going to do that, we're going to want Peel. Maybe Ally Protect. I'll try Drockle, even though he doesn't have a provoke. But do we really want that? Do we want to attack down? I guess we could use I mean, I know he's the wrong affinity, but let's give it a go. Attack down is such a big debuff versus this boss, by the way. Like, it's well worth investing in an attack down for this boss. Mainly because I may end up having to invest in multiple attack down champs. I know that sounds like a waste, and then investing in their accuracy. Because there's some teams where you want the attack down to be constant. One of them is Magma Dragon. The other one is Clambles. You want a team with a lot of attack down. Also versus certain arena squads, you want an attack down. Because you don't want the boss I want to try to see if you can hit the hit the provoke, hit the attack down. Try to do that. Try to decrease its defense. Vogoth is very good for this fight because he soaks up the damage. So even if he misses, it's not the end of the world. This isn't working optimally, but decrease attack always helps versus this boss. What other things could I use versus this boss? I mean, I could use Black Knight. I don't know if Black Knight is sufficiently geared or whatever, but we could demo it. First things first, I gotta check his gear. Because it's better to do it on this lower floors and shove a level 50 in there than to shove him on higher floors and have him get steamrolled. Because that's what's going to happen on the higher floors. Yeah, he needs a helm. Just give him that. And, hang on, I screwed that up. Oh boy. But yeah, Black Knight is very good versus Magma Dragon. Because he provokes, he provides ally protect, he provides a continuous heal, and he has an unkillable buff in case of damage. And he does good damage. So, all in all, he's a pretty good champ versus Magma Dragon. Now, I do have to check on something briefly. Involves Drexthar. Now, as you know, Drexthar is a very valuable champ. Now, he's not valuable for everything, but he's valuable for one very specific purpose. He's valuable for Magma Dragon. Not Magma Dragon. Everywhere but Magma Dragon. Still are 51 minutes. Give that a refresh. I'm going to try to do it manual, see what we can get out of it. I'm not expecting to win all of this because this account is in terrible shape. Compared to my first account. So I am not expecting miracles. Because of that. I'm not expecting miracles because of that. This account also cannot get ninja ever. Pretty much. Unless they reinstate ninja at some point, this account literally cannot get ninja no matter what. It'll be exclusively a property of my first and second accounts. This account will be permanently locked out of that. There's a reason I'm going for her specifically. Is because I know she specifically is a problem. Now I'm going to focus on you. There we go. Do that. Perfect. You want to keep these battles going. Try to get as much of those points. Got to keep my eyeball on this. 48 minutes. So we still have some time. So yeah, we're going to go progress on here. Because I want to try to get my Magma Dragon and Arena quests done. So how many keys do I have to use now? Another set of keys. Okay, so yeah, decrease attack is always really good versus this boss. Trying to think of some alternative defense setups. I mean, obviously there's the double revive. Guess we could stick Black Knight in here, like I was saying. I still have to get his stuff up to par. He's not there yet in terms of his gear and his levels. Because I have to get him to rank 6 to really make use of this. And I have to get his gear up to par. It's not like I'm not working on more rank 6s. I was just raising some food earlier today. It's just making an army of rank 6s. It is laborious work. And it takes a lot of resources and a lot of planning. If you're not a pay-to-win player, you have to plan out in advance. Like, if you don't have a ton of disposable income, and you're doing free-to-play stuff on this, it takes a lot of effort to get your team up to par. Now Husk technically is better for this boss, but I don't have Husk on this specific account. Okay, we got the provoke, perfect. See, this is what you want. See this pattern? That's what you want. Keeping the decreased attack up as much and the provoke as much as possible. You do not want this guy to spend any time when he's not provoked. See that? This is what the optimal Magma Dragon setup is. This is what it looks like. By keeping him continuously provoked, let's see if we can take this one step further. Let's include Master Butcher in the procedures. Now, Master Butcher is yet another provoker I'm thinking of maxing, but like Master Butcher's one, but there's others. But yeah, like he's really good in a lot of magic or force affinity team. He's not good versus Spider, which is why I was thinking Jareg. But Jareg has his own uses versus this boss and in other content. So Jareg has his uses as well versus stuff, not just Magma Dragon, but Spider. Because in the end, I'm going to have to build a team that takes down Spider 20. Part of my plan to taking down Spider 20 has to do with Akoth. I messed this up, but maybe we'll just do it with these 3 provokers, and then my problem is my other provokers are not really in good shape, which is a crying shame, and I have to solve that. Especially Master Butcher. Let's see if we can do this setup without healers. At least the one thing I like about this boss is it doesn't strip you of your thing. So here we try to provoke him. Okay, succeed in provoking him. Get a provoke with that. You can only provoke one at a time, so we want to keep the provokes staggered. Yeah, we're going to want to keep the provoke staggered. But as you can see, by keeping him provoked, he can't really do anything. He can't pull off any of his special moves. And that's why Black Knight is such a big deal for this boss. Because if you can keep that provoke up 100% of the time, do you see how he's not doing anything? He's not flaming or doing any of that. That's the main principle behind that. Now, I will do one more griffin. We're going to do it with a bit of a different team. Now, I've rumored that Drexthar with Syl is pretty good in this. So I'm going to try something with that along those lines. Now, my main problem is I don't know if even the ninja, which I'll eventually end up using for this boss, but only with other nukers and stuff, because I have an advanced setup with him, and I'm going to be using it on the higher floors just because I don't have a good substitute for his kind of power. The main thing with this boss is to try to do as much damage to it as humanly possible and have a lot of healing and cleanses. Because you do not want this boss... You see those Skybond stacks? You don't want those Skybond stacks stacking up. You don't. Because it will mess you up. And in the next episode, well, I'm going to go attend to some stuff first. Yeah, I'm going to check on my arena here. This setup's a bit of a deception. A lot of Vogoths in the mix. Gonna have to accept some of this stuff. Let's try it with a Syl in the mix, because that might give me what I need. Because I'm worried without the Syl, we won't have the sustain. Now, the reason that I'm focusing their Syl first is because I don't need their Syl getting any ideas. On second thought, I think it would have been better if I just nuked them all down and not let them set up shop. Because by not boosting my power, I have given them the opportunity to set up. And I think that's the last thing you want with a team like that. Here, I might be able to do something crazy. So... Well, that did not work out the way I wanted it to. That did not work out the way I was hoping it was going to go. However, it's not over yet. Because he resisted. There we go. Things start getting tougher around this point. They really do. Because, like, if you make a misjudgment, like here, I'm thinking this would work better. So basically, it goes like this, right? We go straight for her, right? We boost. We go straight into the provoke. This is how I think we have to do this. Because if we let them set up shop, they're going to be a world of hurt. We want to particularly take out her. And then fall by her. Because these two, they're a threat. But we want to go... the main problem that they've got, right, is the peel. So you want to try to rip that out. That's the main thing you want to do here. Because once you rip out their peel, they're up a creek. See? And now we're only 100 points off. Granted, those 100 points feel like an eternity, but yeah, we're only 100 points off. Christ champions level. Tavern 3 times. I mean, we will eventually be raising new champs. More champs, new champs. Such is the way. Like, Black Knight is on the list for obvious reasons. He's going to get to 6-star. He's already at 6-star, but I'm not sure where I want to build him or how. He's on the 6-star list. He's definitely on the 6-star list, Jarrig there. And same with her eventually. Not sure about him, but maybe. Definitely Basher. Definitely Doomscreech. Actually, not even Doomscreech. Definitely Marquess. Definitely Fellhound. Definitely Frozen Banshee. These are on the definitely 6-star list. I may end up 6-starring Master Butcher for advanced content. Because he's actually a lot more valuable than he appears. And there you go. And next time on Raid Shadow Legends, I will be continuing to progress up Doom Tower and make more progress and hopefully get to gold. Now, it would not be right of me not to go in with a Vogoth. Without my own Vogoth. First, we're going to want to take out the revive. Priority number 1. Why? Why is it priority number 1? Because that's a lot of what's holding this team comp together. Is the revives. Unfortunately, they have just enough peel to make this work. Unfortunately for me. Because he's under that veil. He's got too much for me to get to him. I don't know if this is wise either, but... Okay, first things first, we're going to want to aim for that Trunda. Because Trunda's a problem. As you can see, Trunda's a problem. But apparently Iron Brago is an even bigger problem. Apparently. Okay, I made some very bad choices. I'm going to avoid making these bad choices in the future, but this is part of what's holding me back, is I have to make better choices on who to pick. Let's just pick up the champs that show the champs I really want to help me climb. Because I know for a fact I really want Mashald really bad for climbing. Because I know that if I had him, there'd be a lot more teams I could face, because he would inflict control on them, and then that would make it possible. Like, control or Brogni, something to really, like... Maybe Jareg. You know, I'm going to be more realistic. Maybe Jareg would be a good one. Because Jareg does a lot of good decrease attack and stuff, and maybe he could be built in such a way that would really peel. The thing about Mashald, though, is most Mashalds aren't built like that. They're built a lot better. Granted, by the time someone gets Mashald, I don't think I actually want Mustaphis. I definitely want Bad Alcazar. Most definitely. Because Bad Alcazar... Why would I want Bad Alcazar? And I do want to get to gold, by the way. I do have to get there somehow. So I have to make a setup. Hopefully, if I can get like some new, really powerful, like magic affinity or void affinity nuke, like a Skull Crown would be great. Like a Skull Crown or a Magnar on here. Well, maybe not. Well, Magnar would be okay, but it'd be like, you know what? I'm thinking of just developing Purgator and using that, because you know, Purgator would not be a bad idea versus versus a lot of enemy teams. Because Purgator, I think building Purgator would be realistic. Because he's a magic affinity nuker, right? And he hits really hard. You know, he could be better than Kale. Although Kale is pretty good. I think if I built a second Kale and built him in like full savage nuke gear with boots, like special boots and stuff, Maybe that's the way in, you know? Maybe that's the way to just get there. Like, just take a Kale like this one and build him. Build him with full Savage. Put him in maximum damage gear. Because I'm thinking that would do it, you know? Put him in maximum damage gear. Maybe have a Purgator on the side. Also in maximum damage gear. I think that's the most easiest way. Because betting on epics or legendaries is always not... it's not a good plan.